Good evening, Twitch.tv. I'm Canon9 Streams, also known as TSC Canon9, and welcome back to Dynamax Adventures featuring Giratina. Wow, I just noticed how my hat looks. Give me a minute here. I did not notice that when I first started. Millennium's here. How you doing, Millennium? I've been good. Don't mind me. Had to do it with the capture card because I've noticed for the past wrong button. For the past several Friday streams have been recorded, the game audio has been desynced, and I don't know why, and it's driving me insane, so I just went ahead and just did that. Preemptive strike. Anyway. You want to connect to the internet game? There we go. Alright. I'm alright, but been lazy today. Yeah, I got off work about 31 minutes ago, so kind of been a tiring day for me. Anyway, in true fashion, I'll go ahead and get a lobby going. But let's try and get Spooky Ghost Dragon, finally. Lobby's live. Come one, come all, if you can't join, if no one can join this one, then I can go ahead and, what I'll do is I'll start playing randoms on the internet. Nope, okay, there's Millennium. Beat me to it. Alright, we'll wait and see if anybody else is going to pop on. And I'm probably going to stay out of the VC today since, kind of been feeling a little under. I started feeling under the weather when I got off from work, so, ready for Greninja next weekend? Nope, but I'm going to be spending a good chunk of time getting ready for it. We've been doing a lot of speculation about what it is, about what its moveset could be. Especially when you look at its moveset and realize that sucker has a lot of coverage. It has grass moves, it has psychic moves, it has fighting moves, and it's just like, sheesh, what can you bring against this thing? Because there's also its dark and water coverage too, so, And we don't even know if they're going to have it with its hidden ability Protean, or if they're going to bite the bullet and let this one be Battle Bond, which I'm still leaning towards Protean, because Battle Bond Greninja cannot be bred, so there's that. I still think they should just reserve Battle Bond for just like, if you had this event Pokemon back in the past, you're good. But yeah. Ooh, I never thought of that actually. Justified Lucario. Lucario could be a good supporter with Screech, Swords Dance, and Helping Hand. That's actually a really good idea. I had the idea as well. Then I realized that Greninja has ice coverage. I was thinking Garchomp. One, because I already have one trained up, ready to go, and two, because, well, set up a couple Swords Dances and Earthquake. But yeah, it could potentially have an ice type move, so there's that. I've been seeing a lot of people recommend Clodsire for it, which, that's a good idea too, because Clodsire with Water Absorb shuts down water moves. It resists the poison moves. Yeah, Lucario can learn Earthquake too. And looks like it's just going to be the two of us this run. The thing is that, though, Greninja can learn Earthquake. I'm taking Zork here. Storm Drain Kid draws in water moves, so that can shut him down. True. That's why a lot of people have been recommending Gastrodon. Which is why I'm concerned, because, well, like I said, that thing can have grass coverage. So what I was thinking of doing, I was going to train up a Clodsire, then potentially a Huh. We got choices. Probably best choice is going to be the right. So I was thinking I was going to train up a Gastrodon, a Clodsire, and just for funsies, and just in case something could potentially work out, Quagsire. Which you can get in Scarlet and Violet. Speaking of, if anybody needs one, please let me know. I'm currently shiny hunting regular Wooper through Masuda method, and I'm kind of getting a little overrun. I guess I'll punch you. Though, to be honest, I'm not certain how good Quagsire... I hate saying that. I'm not certain how good Quagsire would be. Yeah, the Johto Wooper for Paldea Wooper trade. Which I did find out that Everstone does keep the form thing, so you won't breed the Wooper and get a Paldean Wooper hatched out. No, you'll breed the Wooper and get a regular, or as I like to call them, standard Wooper. Quite frankly, saying standard's a lot better than constantly saying than saying the region than what they are. But that's just a personal preference. But, yeah. So, I'm thinking I'm going to be focusing more on Clodsire and Gastrodon. I just had the idea of Quagsire potentially being a good support mon. The OG mon form. Yep, pretty much. Also, I just realized that 2 members of our team are in danger, one of them being in grave danger. So, yeah. Please let this kill. Really? Really? Left a sliver. There we go. But yeah, a lot of the speculation I've been seeing is that a lot of people have been going for Clodsires. That's why I was like, I'll go ahead and get one trained up, just to be safe. I keep thinking that Quagsire could also be a good use, but I could be wrong. And then there's, of course, Gastrodon, which would probably be the superior one. I'm not taking this. I should have seen that coming. I mean, honestly, Pangoro would be the better option. Because items. Oh, OBS, what are we doing? Why are you dropping frame rate? Or should I say, why are you dropping bitrate? There. Oh, okay, Thievul it is. Oh yeah. Panda might be a little hard to handle with 2 humans. There's that as well. Anyway. But, that's what I'm thinking is more likely what I'm going to end up doing. Uh-oh. We're fine. I need to look up the moveset that I saw that was really good for Clodsire. Trying to remember what Gastrodon would be. I know this was shared in one of the Discords that I'm in for what moveset to utilize. Clodsire can learn Yawn, so I was thinking potentially... well, there's Chilling Water. or even better, either chilling water or scald. Yawn. Well, Evil's dead. I have to look up and see what they said it was going, what the best sets would be for that. Actually, it's on, probably on my phone. True, acid spray does, because that can lower. Bless you. My goodness, Sophia, you okay? Sneezing away over there. Let me actually, I'm trying to look up and see what that moveset is. Alright, for Clodsire, Earth Power, Acid Spray, Mud Slap, and Chilling Water. Okay then. Let's see here. Palpitoad, Munchlax, or Wheezing. Palpitoad has items. Yeah, let me pull up. So, with Clodsire being a supporter, Earth Power, Acid Spray, Mud Slap, and Chilling Water. I will take the leftovers. Then there's another one that suggested Klefki for bringing in screens in case Greninja is a mixed attacker. Gastrodon has Earth Power, Mud Slap, Recover, and Helping Hand. Potentially also has Acid Armor and Clear Smog as egg moves. Hydreigon, oddly enough, was recommended for this. Probably because it had Toxtricity was also recommended. And Rotom Wash Form. If screens were needed, wouldn't Grimmsnarl be better? With Prankster, probably, yeah. Ah! Quick Claw! But that's not something too. We're in the middle, like, we go through a back and forth with this. But even though Greninja does get grass moves for coverage, I don't necessarily see it having that with there, or on Greninja. Or if they do include it, I see it being a second set, being an additional move. What I think the moveset's probably going to be closer to being a water type move, a dark type move, a poison type move for the Terra typing, and then extra sensory. That's what I'm thinking the main types could be. And then the additional move, or even not just extra sensory, could also be like a particular status move too. And then you could have the extra moves be grass, ice, possibly even fighting like the other coverage moves. Yeah, I kind of forgot that Grimmsnarl was a poison mon to Terra, so. My main question, though, is still going to be if it's going to be Hidden Ability or Battle Bond, because that will determine what Pokeball I use. If it's with special Pokeball usage, I am literally stuck between using a Dive Ball and a Moon Ball between them. Also, hi Giratina, how you doing? See, that's the question I ask too. If it's Battle Bond, will it breed down, or will we be able to breed it at all? I'm going to confide it in Giratina real quick. My assumption is no, it won't breed down. because then the coding, they'd have to code in a special Froakie and a special Frogadier with that. So my thing is, what they would probably do, which makes more sense, is let this one be let Greninja be Protean. Just let it have its standard hidden ability, and then just reserve, like, have another, You know, I just had an idea. I want to take advantage of this. There we go. Have fun. Take advantage of that hidden that ability. Oh, of course you did that. And paralyzed. But no, I don't think that it would be Battle Bond. I personally think that it actually would be. I personally think it would be Protean. Alright, time to go big. Wow, Quick Claw and Proxies again! Proxy's one turn, then Proxy's another turn. She sleeps. I'll play. Ooh, nice. Well, Whiscash says, dying is cringe, I'm out. Bye, Whiscash. Really? Really? Ha! I'm going to use my max move on the thing that's off the field. Really showing your intelligence there, Giratina. You say buy Whiscash, Tina says buy status changes. Yeah, pretty much. Did we just have Quick Claw activate literally one after the other there? Because if we did, that's funny. Bounce Para again. There we go! Wait, didn't Giratina also get rid of my, my speed debuff? Never had so many Quick Claw triggers in a row. I know, I was just like, hold on. We just had one trigger each turn. Now that I said that, it's not going to trigger. My goodness. Never mind! Oh my goodness. Alright, accuracy dropped. Got it to red. And there go debuffs. Okay. I was aiming at the fox for some reason. And I'm small again. What is this? What is it? What is going on with this? This is the run that's got to go. This has got to go in the compilation. Future Cat, this goes in the compilation. Just literally back and forth Quick Claw activation. We cannot make this up. It's like 5 times in a row. It really was 5 times. I think it was 5 times in a row, actually. Is this enough? Yes! Alright, I'm gonna get Giratina in the ball first, and then I'm going to do my thing. Alright. For those who haven't been here a while, or who are new, you're about to hear the thing that I do when we win. Because I added this. Thank you, Legend of Zelda. No, that's Legend of Zelda. That's opening the chest. That's the what plays when you open the chest. All right, that's obviously not shiny. You're not shiny. You are not shiny, and you're not shiny either. Neutral nature. You are brave. I actually am surprised I remembered that. Neutral nature and impish. Impish. We had an impish Giratina. Nothing as well. Yeah. Giratina, you're being stubborn. We're going for the Tina again. I think we did too, actually. Though, why didn't it show 10? It showed 9, but anyway. Lobby's live. Okay, good, it didn't. It did not freeze. Somebody's 9th attempt in trying to get Giratina. Oh, goodness. Ah, gotcha. I actually never knew that, to be honest. Well, yes, sir. Leave this open for anybody else who wants to hop in real quick. Come one, come all. And we will try to get the shiny Giratina. Is there anyone else lurking in the chat? Let's see here. I do see someone lurking in the chat, but from what I've seen and where she's been, or from where she was talking, hasn't been feeling well today, so. Yep. So, same, honestly. I am actually debating on next Friday, next from week stream, if I'm going to do Giratina raids or if we're going to let that be Greninja raids. But then again, that's when I start streaming at 7 p.m. at my time because of shift change. So, yeah. I might, because I do want to do the Greninja catch on stream. I say focus on Greninja next week. I'll probably end up doing that, to be honest. Where Wednesday would just be Dynamax Adventures, and then we do Greninja Friday and Sunday. Sunday is already Pokemon Violet, because that's my little thing of Shiny Roulette, which I've gotten very addicted to. I have to make certain that I don't use up all my Herba Mystica first, though, so. I think last I checked, I need to do more raids anyway. Ah, Mimikyu! Come here, you. Ah, there's a Comfey. But yeah. I need to get my my counters for Greninja trained up anyway. Ah, I spy a Pelipper. Okay. Oh, it's literally Aurostar. Immediately after that, there's a Diggersby. I say Porygon, Fairy, and then Ghost, which is the Coffin. The fair. Well, it makes sense. Last round we had Zork the Dark One. This round we have the Pharaoh himself. Oh, everyone outside the script, everyone who hears this is going to be very, very confused. They're like, what? Hi, I'm Cato9 Streams. Hi, I'm Cato9 Streams. I'm not only a Pokemon fan, I'm also a Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I like throwing out Yu-Gi-Oh references every now and then. Ooh. That's nice to know. I'm also going to say, do not trust me with Comfey, because unintentionally I have done that too, so... Yeah, don't trust me with Comfey. Comfey is an immediate do not give to me. And there's a Simple Beam. Oh, wow. Slash actually scored a crit. Nice. Now I need to check. Uh-oh. Dang it, you busted my disguise. How dare you? Excuse you, sir. That is something you're not supposed to be playing with. I now realize this. I did not do a nature check at all last time. I also happen to have the only Melmon on the team. Rash. Oof! That's an adamant Comfey. Adamant Sandslash, so not going to worry about that. And Neutral Nature Swoobat. But yes, do not give me Comfey. It will not end well. I also think it's getting close time for me to update the overlay again for this. Alright. Oh, nice. Crit again. Yes, update overlay so you'll be granted 2 shiny legends again. Oh my goodness. I still can't believe that happened. I need to figure out what I'm going to update it to, though. I'm I know one thing I need to do is kind of make the play screen a little bigger. I will work on that. But I will probably save that for... Probably save that for another time. I've ever started a stream and you got a shiny legendary in first DA. I have never gotten a shiny first DA. I've never got a legendary shiny first DA. I have gotten shinies very first start on the attempt number 1, but I've never gotten the legendary shiny on first try on the very first one. That has not happened yet. I think Zapdos is the closest because that was the second. What do we have? That's honestly the best that I've got on this. That's really the best option out of all of this, so yeah. Was hoping for Eviolite. Yeah, that would have been amazing. Ah, look. Hey, Oro, how you doing? Now, let's see here. I'm just gonna go straight to cutting the cake. Okay, I didn't expect to make a joke like that, but goodness. That's on me, isn't it? Nope. Bye, Sandslash. Eat lightning, you cake. Alrighty. Kicking Dynamax down. Kit is not going to Dynamax because they are an AI. An AI. Wow. How can you tell I'm tired? I can barely speak English anyway. What am I talking about? English is my native language, and yet... Thank you for that! Shut up! Oh, I love it when something like that happens when I'm starting to talk. That was funny. Do I go big? Nah. I will not go big. That's a lot better. Okay. Thankfully, Sandslash survived that. Paralysis! Yes! Wait, how can a cake get paralyzed? The rational part of my brain is just going, what? Parallax. Basically, yeah, and then I just went, wait, how can that get paralyzed? The biggest question of them all. How does that work? How does that get paralyzed? Welcome to my stream, where the #1 phrase I swear I say every time is, how does that work? The rational part of my brain is long gone. Well, see, that's what happens when you drink a lot of alcohol. Your rationality kind of dwindles away. Anyway, hey Vitriol, how are you doing? I'm sorry, that was mean. I shouldn't have said that. We charged the cake to give it its just shocking taste. I'm fine, thank you. Drinking a glass of milk, honest. Oh, goodness. I would have put a curse on the dragon, which is why I'm hanging on to Mimikyu. Because that typically works, oddly enough. Meanwhile, I'm drinking tea. Yay! One of the AIs took it! Looks as Bailey's on the... Wait a minute. Wrong type of milk there, Vitriol, or... Well, it's technically not a milk, it's still dairy, it counts. It's Irish cream, it still counts. Your Majesty, how are you doing? And like I said, those who are not familiar with the stream. What's this? Ooh, special attack. That'll get rid of my disguise, though. I'm just gonna do this. I need to do that against Giratina turn 1. Well, turn 2, because I want to put the curse down first. No, Kit, you need to hang on to those. And here comes Mummy. Yep. The plague has started. This coffin is a special attack, I think. I want to say yes. I could be wrong. I don't think any of us actually set up. Oh well, here we go. And it's male too. Oh boy. Dexter can be wrong too. Okay, use Wonder Room on us. Not going big. That actually went down a lot better than I thought it would. And I just realized something. Boop. I've got to stop forgetting to do the send the tweet out when I'm live. Because I still keep doing that. I should stop doing that, but still. Thankfully, the Senate coffin is slow. Still not, I'm not gonna lie when I say this. Well, we just exchanged, Orostar for the Pharaoh, so there's that. It's still, it's a good thing that it is slow, but it's also more physically bulky. Like, more physically defensive than anything else. Hey, Giratina, how you doing? I am probably going to need a floral healing after this curse. Oh wait, there is no floral healing. Rats! Ah! Ah! Oh, that sounds like something we would say in the Dragon Ball universe, honestly. Okay. Time for me to lose a good chunk of my health. Poor Arstar left behind in yet another pyramid. Wait, this is not the first time he got left behind in a pyramid? I feel like I'm missing something on that. Also, what is going on outside? There's a helicopter flying around. Okay. Or worse, the Valley of the Kings. Or even more worse, he's stuck in Hamunaptra. That is the mummy. That's a mummy reference, by the way, in case people weren't aware of it. At least I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. And of course, you set up the Wonder Room. Also, the good thing about Curse is that chip damage that you just see there, it doesn't go away after it gets rid of the status stuff. Yeah, I'll baby doll eyes it. Get its attack down. Ah, cultured reference. Love it. I was about to ask Curse getting removed. But yeah, if I remember correctly, Curse is one of the ones that doesn't get removed. Because I've seen Curse still work after it's done the stat change thing. Yes, sir. Alright, now it's time to attack. Ah, there we go. And there goes all the changes and abilities. Oh my goodness, we're going up against a mummified dragon now. Oh no, this ability is going to spread like wildfire now. Well, time to get mummified, everybody. Of course, I'll remove the stat debuffs before I use my last max move. Of course, it does. Alright. Ow. Okay, that does 9 damage, so approximately 3 turns, if my math... Hold on, no, 2 turns. 2 turns, I will die from hail damage. That's nice to know. See? That was curse damage right there. The curse was not removed. Alright, I'm gonna get mummified for this, but hey, it'll work. Oh my goodness, that's... Oh wait, am I going to die to the recoil? Am I going to die to the recoil? Yes, I did. Oh my goodness. Oh. Ah, that's right. Gotcha. So I was probably the best one to get that attack in. Nice to know. Also, we won. That was still funny, though. I'm going to use my attack against you. I'm immune, dude. Alrighty. Time to do the thing. Time to do the thing. Boop. In this case, we got the thing. Hopefully it's a shiny. Shiny anything, to be perfectly honest. The drought in this version can stop now. That is not shiny. That's not shiny. That's not shiny. That is also not shiny. Okay. Maybe better to wait till after you catch it. That might be a better idea. That's an Impish Porygon. That is a hasty Alcremie. That explains a lot. That is a lonely Cophagrigus. I mean, considering you're stuck in an ancient tomb for who knows how long, I would probably get a lonely too. Neutral nature Giratina. It's quirky. We went up against a quirky dragon. Yes, I like to keep a record where Giratina is. Was about to select. How does this work again? I've done this so many times. Why would I select that? And lobby is live. Boop. There's the freeze. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, OBS. Because we all know you do constantly do that. No shinies for Millennium. Goodness, we're gonna be coming up to 30 attempts since the last shiny at some point in time. Join us, everyone. Join us. Oh goodness, me, I can't talk. Me literally thinking of the scene in The Mummy where everybody has all the boils and sores and they're all just chanting Imhotep. And that's literally what I started reading that as. Oh. wonder. I was thinking of the Superman, the animated series episode of Unity. Oh, I don't think I'm familiar with that. I am curious. Yeah. Explains a lot. I was comparing Sword and Shield and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Big difference right now on Twitch, but hey. At least there's still some. Now I'm out of tea. Something you really don't want to hear that. I'm guessing 95% of the people are now in Scarlet Violet. Pretty much. There's what are the stats right now? For Sword and Shield, it's right now 119 viewers for Sword and Shield. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is 7.7k. Big difference. Oh, I need to go ahead and ready up and get going. Yeah! Mimicry with Foul Play and Terrain Pulse. I shall take that. Not many good options this time, I noticed. Though somehow we have Sandslash again. And we're going to have Sandslash again on the team. Okay then. Well, we have options. Trevenant does not have any ghost type moves. That's Alolan Persian. Oh, that grass is Whimsicott, so that's a possibility. Hey, Pangoro. Oh, Mimikyu is an option too. I'm going to say Garfield. That's a mouse we don't need. I feel like I just lost the context on that. Alright. Oh, wow. Gotcha. I'm going to Metal Sound. Uh-oh. Well then. Special defense drop. Because of course, Swords Dance. There you go, get some of your health back. I'm gonna drop that special defense down a bit. Just in time for it to get... I know this is Pokemon, but I just had the urge to say, why would you flamethrower the cat? Why would you put a flamethrower and point it at a cat? That's just... Wow, something that definitely should not be taken out of context. Also sounds like something you would hear in a ridiculous comedy. And also sounds like something that would put you in jail for animal abuse. Why not is my typical Pokemon reply. But let me go ahead and stop talking about that real quick. I do have to admit, I don't particularly care for Alolan Persian. If I'm being honest. Yeah, that's a super max offense right there. Wait a minute. You mean tell me you got that? You mean to tell me that's why all the Mr. Mimes ended up being in there? Anyway, it's down. This is a franchise where dragons dropping meteors on their foes is a normal day. I mean, true. But at the same token... let's stop trying to apply real world stuff to Pokemon Cat. The Mimes are a special case, a project if you will. Also, speaking of, I found it interesting that since you got your Switch back, they haven't been showing up that much on stream. And the one time they did, it was a cursed run. I'm not going to take it. Oh, thank you, we're getting rid of the Sand Slap. Never mind. Okay, so we can go Sceptile and get to Mimikyu. Wait, what's that fairy type? Clefable. Huh. I guess so. Are you enjoying yourself, mister? Is it since I fixed my Switch? Can't be a coincidence that. I think so. Also, AI has an ice type. AI, you are keeping that ice type. I will switch out if I need to. It is. It's Glalie. Alright, Sceptile. Metal sound again. Low vision, but good ears I have. I literally read that in Yoda's voice. I literally just read that in Yoda's voice. Not me, not me, not me, not me, not me, not me, not me. Okay, good, not me. But that is also a dead Glalie. Because it was a crit. And now I'm a grass type. And we've lost one life. You say no. Funny that I no longer care to get shiny starters from DAs now that I've bred them all. True. I'm gonna have to use foul play on this dude. I got you. I got you. Yes, sir. That dead Slowbro. That is a dead slow. Oh wow. We might not make it to Giratina. Yeah. Geico is not on our side. I know I just said Geico. I meant to say Geico. Alright. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't Dynamaxed this entire time. Let's do it. Also, I don't know if you can hear it or not, but my cat is currently in my lap and he's purring. Well, I say he's currently in my lap. It's more of he wants to go down, and I'm just holding him. Millennium. Meow. Ow. Okay, yeah, you're starting to fight. Going down. Ooh. Thank you, foam. This might be a bad move, but I am considering taking Sceptile to make certain the AI does not take it. Ooh. Right then. I think Sceptile does. I haven't seen it use it yet. Well, it's dead, so we're about to find out. Sceptile does. So Sceptile has Breaking Swipe. But I don't want to risk Janet switching out Glalie for it. Okay. Yeah, I'm taking it. Oh, Janet wasn't even going to take it. Go figure. Okay, Clefable or Mimikyu have berries behind them. I'm going to say Mimikyu because Mimikyu is not as bulky as Clefable is. I say Mimi because I feel sorry for it. Well, true. I'm probably going to be in the one ending up breaking up the disguise, to be honest. I still have yet to watch that, honestly. Oh, and it just gave you baby doll eyes. Alright, I just broke the disguise. Have fun, guys. I did not mean for that to rhyme, by the way. That was an unintentional rhyme. It's a good Halloween production in Europe. Okay. Yeah, I definitely need to check it out then. Ooh. Oh, that was a crit. That's why I did so much damage. Max toughness. Oh no. Okay. Oh, I had a... That almost looked like it killed itself doing the curse. That almost looked like it was gonna knock itself out from doing it. I mean, either way, made it easier to win. He cursed himself into oblivion. He basically did. Yeah, I'll do it. I thought that was going to happen. I thought that was going to happen. No, Janet. Janet, stand down. I want to keep her ice type at least. Also, I get to curse the dragon again. Hey, Giratina. Thank you for healing us, Dynamax Radiation Berries. Oh my goodness. Ain't that the truth? Alright, just like last time, I'm gonna curse. Then I'll baby doll eyes, then I'll start attacking. I feel like I've done... Well, yeah, that's why they call it Deja Vu, Cat. Ooh, good damage with Ice Fang. Oh wow, I actually had the thought, what if it froze? And then freeze. Alright, so it's mine 2 in special defense, and it thawed out. Because of course it did. Well, there goes my disguise. Yay, freeze! And then it's no longer frozen. I'm gonna let you Dynamax Millennium. I feel like it would be better if you did. I'm gonna use Shadow Claw. Can we get it again? Can we get it again? No. Dang it. I feel bad if I thought out just to get him just get frozen immediately again. I mean, that's how it goes. Alright, let's do another Shadow Claw Jutsu here. I gotta reference my own meme every now and then. Alright, we got a big old cat. And a big kitty here. Hashtag Head09 memes. I mean, still gotta use it for something. That's not do. Oh, okay. There went all those stat buffs. And debuffs. That's going to be on me. Yep, I'm dead. Well then. We're down to 1 life. Yeah. Ow. Please don't, please don't, please don't. Well. Time to go back to the traditional. Okay. Don't know what that was there. Well, that's obviously not a shiny Persian. That's not shiny. That is also not shiny. That is a mild Mimikyu, a mild Sceptile, and an adamant Persian. Okay, that would explain why Snarl's not doing that much. Go ahead and note that down. You know, that's still a pretty good win-lose ratio there. That is 64 victories and 16 losses. Which, yeah, that's still relatively good. Anyway. Oh, who'd you find? Solgaleo! I do not care about Solgaleo yet. Alright. Millennium's gonna be back in about 5 minutes. Alright. I'll go ahead and get that ready. Twitch, I wish you would actually show me the timestamp that these things were sent in. The Twitch isn't. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get... Yep, there it goes. Thank you, OBS, for that. I never understood why just hitting one button will cause it to freeze like that. Alright. Let's check on some other things while we're waiting. Oh wow, there's just been... Okay. Had to go and check on some stuff real quick for that. Anyway. Like I said, I wish that there was like a timestamp so I knew when. Because it shows a timestamp anyway, but yeah. Okay. I think I'll just do this one with fine folks of the internet. Then when Millennium comes back, we'll do another one. Or I can just hop right into somebody's queue immediately. I was expecting it to be a bit of a wait. But I'll wait and see if Millennium comes back. If Millennium comes back, then I'll exit out of this and get a lobby going. You know what? It did fill up. Let's not be rude. That's something I'm always like, okay, I'm getting a little self-conscious, like, okay, we should wait. Then it fills up. Never mind. But someone's got a good one for this. I started with Obstacoon, then goes to Duraludon. Flareon has Shadow Ball. That's the only reason why I would choose it. So, yeah. This person has a good one. Has a good run. Look at that. Okay, well, I stand corrected on one thing. Also, the fact that that is one, this might not end up being a good run. And back. I was in there going, yep, I'm probably gonna hop into one, and then right as I get into it, you're gonna be back. Yep, hey, Millennium. Remember what I said earlier when Vitriol was here, and I said I hadn't encountered a single mime since his Switch was repaired? Yeah, that just changed. Okay then, so... Also, can I also say it's kind of weird, interesting that there's still people on the internet playing Sword and Shield? Who's gonna say that? I went and checked and decided to do one round with the randoms on the internet. And this guy's got a really good path. But we'll get you in on the next one. Actually, I don't remember if Giratina can be soloed or not. I really don't remember. Also, dude, why did you try to Thunder Wave a ground type? Also, ow. You've come back to Sword and Shield just so I can get all my mons into home to get prepared to transfer to to Scarlet and Violet when the update comes. Yeah, I need to start doing that actually. I need to start going through and selecting which ones are going to. Well, I need to go ahead and just start getting my mons into home anyway. Because you never know what's going to happen. That's on me, isn't it? Nope. Okay, good. Speaking of updates, I heard a rumor that... Really? BDSP was going to get something? I don't know if they actually will or not, considering literally no one is playing that game. I mean, I might actually play it again because I might actually go back to playing it because I still haven't gotten the shiny mythicals from it, so yeah. That's a shiny hunt I'm not looking forward to. Because I know that's going to take a while. Okay, is anybody else going to want... You have a dark type. Why are you... You know what? I'm challenging that. I was low on health anyway. Okay, so... Oh, the rock types I can rock. I'm going to say bug. What's the Shiny Guardians patch? I have no motivation to shiny hunt and been saved in front of Shaman for months. I don't even remember if I started those events or not. I remember that I got the items and claimed the mystery gifts before the events ran out. But I don't remember if I started them. Oh, hey, Cinescorch. Though, if I'm being perfectly honest, I'm not even interested in shiny hunting and BDSP, even for the mythicals, as weird as it sounds. Simply because of how they did do the shiny charm, where it's like, no, it just affects Masuda method, nothing else. I mean, it not impacting like the radar hunts, I can understand, because the radar hunts can get odds really down low. Or, not really down low. Really high for you to get them. But at the same token. Like, I don't even think I bothered to complete the Pokedex for that game. So we could get the shiny charm. BDSP was too faithful to Diamond and Pearl, and the changes that were made were bad ones. That I agree with. Like, a lot of things could have been changed on there, but it was still way too faithful to the originals. So much so that if they do decide to do Generation 5 remakes, I really hope they don't let it go to that same company again, and they do the same thing that they did to Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. I still wonder how they would treat those now that I think about it. Because not only do you have the... Actually, now that I think about it, how would they do those remakes? Because we have Black 2 and White 2, which are actual sequels. Would those get a remake, or will those be included as something special for the remakes? I think Black and White remakes will have to wait until Gen 10, too soon now. Not really. I know it used to be, and I'm saying used to be because this is how they did it. When they did the remakes, they did it within 2 generations of the previous generation. So if had things stayed on schedule, we would have gotten more remakes before now. So, like, the way they did it was you had Generation 1, Generation 2, then you had Generation 3. With Generation 3, we had the remakes of Fire Red and Leaf Green. Then we had Generation 4, we had the remakes of Gold and Silver. Then it was skipped in Generation 5. Generation 6 is when we had Generation 3's remakes. Then skipped 7, and it was up to Generation 8 when we got the remakes for... Well, no, if they continue on that path, then yeah, it would make sense for them to have the remakes released with Generation 10. Black 2, White 2 could be a DLC package, that'd be sweet. It would be. Would it happen? I don't think so. Would I like for it to happen? Yes. Would it make sense to it to happen? Yes. Does that mean it's going to happen? Probably not. I'm not switching. Ah, but one player is. Is it sad I'm already starting to design the new layout in my head? Oh, Cherim. Okay then. Although if Gen 5 got remakes, I wonder if it'll stay chibi like in BDSP or move to full 3D. I want to say move to full 3D. Because they were doing so much experimentation in generations 4 and 5 with 3D with the DS, as much as they potentially could. So I would say, and I really hope they do move it to full 3D. Because a lot of the cutscenes they have would look amazing in 3D. Like, when the dragons awake, when the dragons wake up essentially or are awoken. There's also the opening itself would be amazing, though. I'm trying to figure out what are they going to do with all the related stuff to Dreams with it. An open world Unova would certainly be epic. One thing I want to say, this is something I actually am expecting. If they do the remakes for Generation 5, I want to see Legends Unova. I want to see Legends take place in Unova because it's one thing all of us have been wanting for. We want to see the original form of that dragon. Show it to us. And one of the best ways you can do it is with a Legends game set in Unova. Game Freak, make that happen. Let that be the next Legends game. You hit it out of the park with Legends Arceus, let that one be next. A Legends Johto would be very good too, because then we can see we can see Entei, Raikou, and Suicune's original forms. Yeah, thank you, phone. Thank you, phone. Someone is almost dead. And we can see the original Brass Tower. We might actually witness some of the events that took place in Johto's themes, too. If they did a Legends Johto. Man. Legends Johto, they can go back and do the beasts, and do all the legendary lore they have there. Legends Unova, we can finally see the original dragon. Sheesh, even a Legends Kalos, we can see AZ being the king that he's said to have been. Man, they really opened it up with the Legend stuff. As long as the populace aren't so scared of Pokemon that they know how to interact with them. I choose the expert belt. I don't know if they would go with that same plot line, actually. Of course, the number one thing is going to be, how are you going to explain the main character ending up in the ancient form of that game? In Legends Arceus, it makes sense that Arceus is like, oh, hi, yoink from your time and throw you to the past. Because it's Arceus, it made sense. Not certain how they're going to do it here unless they do the point of view of somebody who has grown up in that world and gets curious. Maybe it'll be Celebi the kids have to play her this time. I see that for Johto. I see that being Johto's case. Not certain about Unova. Or they may... No, that wouldn't make any sense if they did Arceus with that. I still think it would be better... One of the things that would work is if they did follow the line of, oh, Meloetta was sing them back in time. I mean... No, something better. Something better, because this Pokemon has always got it shafted, but in the anime, it has this ability. And for Legends Johto, let it be the unknown that sends the main character back to the past. So that way, maybe Unknown can finally have a freaking use outside of, I only have one move. let the unknown be the ones in charge of that. Because also, apparently, according to one of the events that was in the Heart Gold Soul Silver, there is a tie-in between Unknown and Arceus. So that would tie them together. Which makes sense. But for Unova, Unova's the one that's... I'm trying to figure out how would that work. Sinjo Ruins and Legends Johto to connect the two games would be nice. It would be. And then that also would make it to have... would let it make sense for Arceus to be the one to do that. Again, Unova's the outlier. Like, how... why... what would you say... what would have the player... this is, of course, assuming the player is sent back to the past. I am dead. Thank you, Giratina. So, like, things like that. Because the main thing, especially with the Legends Unova, I do want to see the original dragon, see what that looked like. I also kind of want to see what leads up to the original dragon splitting in two. Maybe Enamorus could have something to do with it. Was there any backstory for why it was in Legends? Why it was in Legends? If I remember the story correctly, it was there as the embodiment of spring. Oh, I gotta reflect up. Nice. I think that was the main reasons. I know it would come to Unova, not Unova. It would come to Legend, to Hisui, when spring was coming. I mean, one thing that would make sense is have Enamorus, there we go, got the word correct this time, is have Enamorus be in Ancient Unova. Because the three weather deities, or trios, are in Unova. Or they're from Unova. Would make sense to do that. But now, another Legends game, I wouldn't expect another Legends game until next year, if I'm being perfectly honest. Legends, I feel like should come out next year. This year with Scarlet and Violet, they're going to be focusing on DLC. That's how I feel that's how I feel and think they're going to do it. I could be wrong. Ow. Which, I have been seeing so many rumors and supposed leaks about DLC that I don't even, like... I've just been trying not to pay attention to it, to be honest. But there's one that came from 4chan that everyone's been talking about that's like, yeah, now that I've heard it, I'm like, to be honest, does this sound good? Does it sound good? Yes. There's a couple of issues with it, like some of the names being too long for the character limit. But that's besides the point. But one of them was saying, like, there's going to be one DLC for it. I'm like, that's not a good idea for a business model. Anyway, I need to... Alright, we got the thing. Time to do the thing. We got them on. Time to do the thing. I'll resume the conversation later. Anyway. But, like, some of them were saying, oh, it's only gonna be one DLC. And I'm sitting there going, that makes no sense from a business perspective because that's less money. And that was a bold Golurk. That explains a lot. No shinies. Brave Centiskorch. Quiet Pangoro. That was a timid Giratina. Okay then. That's 65 victories. Game Freak tends to have two teams, one that could be working on Scarlet Violet DLC, and the other could be working on the next Pokemon game. That could be a possibility, because that's what they did with, that's what they did when they were working on BDSP and Legends. No, wait, they outsourced BDSP. Anyway. Lobby's live. And thank you, OBS. OBS always has to freeze when I do with that. Anyway. But I think in a way too that might be what they're doing. They might start moving their main their main team might start slowly moving away from the Scarlet Violet DLC to get ready for the next one. And you know what? We're just gonna go ahead and go. Oh, yoink! I'm always gonna go for the Rock Wolf, if possible. But I don't know. The one that they were saying, the one that they were obviously saying, oh no, it's going to be just one DLC. I'm still sitting there going, no, it wouldn't be one DLC, because again, that... Oh, hey, Golurk. I just got through with a raid with you. Now creamy. Huh. Well, I think I know which way we're going. To me, it doesn't make sense for it to, I mean, it doesn't make sense for them to really be like, it's going to be one DLC. If anything, they're going to do like they did with Sword and Shield. You pay one set price and get 2 new areas in the game. At least that's what I'm thinking. Also, I just realized I have no guard. That thing has Focus Punch. I am in trouble. I am also frail. I want to hang on to my crunches for... Yeah, this is not going to make any sense, but I'm going to hang on to my crunches. Oh, Salazzle's actually in grave danger. That's quad weak. $30 for 2 new areas. $30 for 2 new areas and about 200 mons as DLC would be nice. I also think that would be that would be worth it too. Because even when you think about it, there's so much to Paldea that we just don't know about. And the fact they introduced Paradox Mons means the whole world can be open for that. Alright, we got red. And it's done. Forget Megas, I think we'll be satisfied with new Paradox forms. Pretty much, yeah. Now, they showed the sketches. I know it's in the Violet and Scarlet book for each game. I want to see the Paradox Mom that was like, they said it was dreamt up. The ones that look like a combination of the 3 legendary beasts and what looks like to be a Mecha Virizion. I think those are definitely going to be in the DLC. I'm just going to, I think you're probably going to get it, Archie Millennium, so I'm just going to stick with the Wolfie. Oh, wow. None of the AI went with it. I'm actually shocked over that. I mean, to be honest as well, I do want to see more Paradox forms, particularly the ancient ones, look like the Megas. I think there's even there was a fan Paradox Mon that someone made of Lucario. It wasn't a past Lucario, it was a future Lucario. I saw that and I went, I want that in the game. That is amazing looking. Ancient forms certainly look better and have better names. To be honest, yeah, they do. Yeah, they really do. I just noticed that Tentacruel has basically been useful for the past 2 months we went up against. Well, that toxic failed. There's also been a theory going around, that's on me. Ow. There's been a theory going around too that a lot of the Paradox Pokemon were created through dreams instead of like, you know, actually coming from the time machine. I kind of want to know, because this is going based on what's in the game itself. How on earth did the future Pokemon end up in the crater before the time machine was created? In fact, how did any of the Paradox Mons end up in the crater before the time machine was made? And why do they keep spawning after it was shut down? Those dreams. Ashes now that he's retiring. The theory was linking it back to the explorer who went down there. They're saying that the Pokemon were made from his dreams. And then eventually would become from the dreams of the professors. I'm sitting there going, I don't think so. Because, for one thing, if these were actual dreams, why are they existing outside the crater with us? And another thing too, and this is something I want to know. I want an actual in-game explanation on how the Paradox Titan came to be. You know, I like Lycanroc and all. I think I should probably just take this. Because let's be honest. Well, of course Pion was going for it. Because let's be honest here. It might not survive long against Giratina. Vileplume has items. And Durant has items. Swampert has an ice type move. Swampert is also 4 times weak to my magical leaf, so yeah. I think they've been calling it the Dream Theory, if you want to look it up, Millennium. I personally am not putting any type of stock into it, so there's that. Yeah. Too many theories floating around, going around. I'm gonna try to stay away to keep my head from imploding. Yeah, some of them literally it's like, yeah, we can tell this is not real. Or that they just seem too ridiculous. That took me a minute. For some reason, I thought I was the one to go. Like, I was like, wait a minute, no, I have Alcremie. What would be nice is if we could start seeing more Pokemon coming into Paldea. Once saw a half-hour video of someone theorizing why Sun and Moon was going to be the end of the franchise, and they dove into alchemy to prove their point. I'm sorry, what? Why would you dive into alchemy to prove that point? That makes absolutely no sense to me. Exactly, what? Well, I'm gonna be perfectly honest here, so long as there's creativity and even some mythos from different cultures around, there's gonna be a Pokemon based off of it. I don't see the franchise ending anytime soon. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm expecting the franchise to continue after many of us are dead. It was a long-winded explanation that I got bored of halfway through. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, of course it was a crit on me. And Tentacruel's frozen. Like I said, I don't see this franchise ending anytime soon. Outside of any type of catastrophic events that would cause the end of the world, but yeah, I do actually see this franchise continuing on after many of us who became fans of it when it first came out are dead and gone. Sounds a little sad, but hey, that's how I see it. Frozen jellyfish at least can't sting us now. Ah! I mean, true. Oh, come on. That would have ended it if you'd just taken the blow. And Tentacruel still frozen. Well, at least Salazzle got it. It's always the last sliver of health. It is. I think one thing I would want to see, crazy as it sounds, I want to see actual good names for the Paradox Pokemon outside of the ones they're given. Because calling every single one of the modern ones, or the futuristic ones, Iron something, yeah, don't think so. Okay. Alright, Giratina. Pressure's on. Dragonite equals Iron Giant. That would be interesting. Ooh, I can Dynamax immediately. You know what? Yeah. Cake versus Dragon. Yeah, it has Blizzard. Bye, Salazzle. And it got the Omni Boost. Granted, that was our first life loss, but still. Amazing it hit. Yep. wish we had that round like we did with the Cofagrigus where it got mummy and got rid of the... Well, okay. No, Tentacruel actually thought... I actually forgot that Tentacruel was still frozen, to be honest. I actually had forgotten that. I'm good, I'm not the only one. Alright. I'm going to only have... I'm gonna have 2 left after this. Go figure. That's going to trigger a shield. Not a shield. A set wipe, I feel like. On the assumption it does. Oh, hey, look, I actually called that. That's obviously not on me. Okay, Tentacruel is still alive. And we just got an attack drop. Thank you, decoration. Now I'll go back on the offensive for this. And now it's aggressive. Bye, Tentacruel. That is life 2 now. Ah, dang it, I was hoping for it to freeze. Oh, no! No! No, 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 no! I misclicked! I 100% misclicked. Well, unfortunately I made it a lot worse, but I might actually put us out of our misery sooner. That's why I said I misclicked. Yeah, that might put us out of our misery sooner. Magic gets rid of poison only to get frozen. That would have been hilarious, honestly, but it got burned at least. Well, we got light screen at least. And AI is swords dancing. Okay. There is no maybe. Part of me is actually thinking that would have happened even if I did not misclick. thing keep me away from fairy types with Dynamax Adventures. It never ends well. With the exception of Mimikyu. Mimikyu seems to be the one that behaves at least. And wow, nope, shiny this time either. Gentle Swampert, Quiet Alcremie, and a Careful Golurk. And no shinies, just not enough damage on the board. Yeah. Maybe it's just me, but I still think that because Salazzle is kind of frail, that last one probably still would have resulted in a loss. And I just saw the time, so I'm going to let this one be the last one of the night. And lobby is live. Alright. I'll just go ahead and get this started since I did say this is going to be the last one of the night. Oh! Well, we have options. Sure, I'll take the cat. We definitely have options. And of course, they don't go for the obvious choice. Because it's the AI. Alright, there's one ghost type. Which is also an ice type. AI don't like ice cream. They really don't. I'm gonna probably say Munna. Yeah, not Munna, Musharna. Grown-up Munna, huh? Grown-up Munna. There we go. I'm going to Screech. And Combusken is in danger. Of course you missed it. You dodged it. Did you know we can make the 2014 World Champion team in Scarlet Violet? Actually, no, I didn't know that. Also, we already lost a life. This attempt's going swimmingly well, isn't it? But no, I didn't know we could do that. The better question is it, should we? Yeah. If I remember correctly, isn't that the one that has, that took Pachirisu to the championship? Oh, yep, it is. Huh. Also, interesting to know that there's 4 Gs in that team. Okay, you know what? I was saving these for Giratina, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just start using them. Gen 6, my favorite triple battle starting team was Garchomp, Gardevoir, Greninja. All G's. All G's, just like my namesake. Not coincidence, I swear. Eh. Oh, I should have known they were going to go for it. At least we lost Combusken. And now comes the question of who's next. Politoed has berries behind it, Machoke has nothing, and we have a scientist in front of Magneton. Water it is. To be honest, I don't think we had much of a choice. Alright. I'm going to do the support roll again. I'm just going to Screech. If only Toad had a nice move. I know, right? Earth power. There we go. That's some damage. Actually, how does that be bad for my flag? Yeah, it would be. You can Screech again. Let's Screech again. Yes, -4. I don't think it liked you doing that. And dead. And we don't like it either. Bye-bye! I'm not taking this. Not even surprised with the AI. Really not surprised with the AI, to be honest. Boppy seems to be the one who wants to switch out every single time. Also, since the ghost is Frostlast, Millennium, you are in grave danger. I'm probably going to have to, utilize more dark moves with it. Screw it. Face full speed into danger. I laugh in the face of danger. I still remember that scene. Except we don't have a bunch of hyenas who are going to be laughing at us. Thankfully. Yeah. Might as well. Gonna save some of them for Giratina, but... let's see how well we do. thing is faster than me? Of course it missed. Wow, the two moves. Hold on, because I didn't do this earlier. Oh, I'm actually minus speed. I'm a brave Liepard. Okay. Quiet Flygon, neutral, and quiet Relicanth. Who I saw is out of head smashes. Lovely. Okay, that leaves me with 3 Dark-type moves going up against Giratina. You're a silent killer. Yes, you are. Okay, good. We got the Yukiona. Should one of us? Yes, one of us definitely needs to take her. Especially considering Shadow, all the moves are stab. Screw it. We're all just like, who's going to make the selection? Alright, for the final time tonight. Hey Giratina, how you doing? Alright. Let me check something. What is the nature on this thing? Bold! Okay. Frost Breath it is. Giant Dragonfly to the rescue! Giant literal dragon. Kind of a shame that Flygon is not Dragon Bug, because it really does look like a bug type. Uh-oh, that is on me. I am dead. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm alive at 16 health. Oh, come on! His egg group is bug. True. Also, I'm dead next turn. That's on me. Oh, it's not. Bye, Relicanth. How does it outspeed? I have no idea, to be honest. Ooh! Oh, that looked like a high damage roll. Oh wait, no. Hold on, I stand corrected. It had defense drop last turn. Politoed, I am probably about to die. That was not needed. Never mind. Good call, Politoed. One. Two. Down to red. Okay, it's gonna get desperate. We actually beat it! That worked out so well. We actually beat it. Alright. Go wait for this to finish catching, then I'll do the thing. We win! The better question is, how did that Frostlass survive without being killed? Someone answer that one. Because I'm very curious. Alright, it's got. Time to do the thing. Excuse me, no, you're supposed to play. I did the thing. Alright, time for a shiny check. You need to get out of that. You really do need to get out of that. No shinies for Millennium. Well, Musharna's not shiny. Politoed's not shiny. I don't think you're shiny, and you're not shiny either. Yeah, you're not shiny. That was a gentle Giratina. That's the bold Frostlass we discovered. Neutral nature Politoed. Musharna is gentle as well. Well then. He's like to keep a record where Giratina is. Thank you very much. The last DA shiny was Xerneas, which is a nice one to get. It is, actually. Yeah, I need to go ahead and start wrapping it up. Okay, so that's going to complete tonight's stream. Next stream, Sunday, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, we are doing Shiny Roulette in Pokemon Violet, which is rapidly becoming my personal favorite thing to do on stream. If you don't know what Shiny Roulette is, swing by and find out. No problem, Millennium. So, with that being said, 1 p.m. Central Standard Time, we're going shiny hunting through Shiny Roulette and Pokemon Violet. Swing by if you're curious about what I mean by Shiny Roulette. Anyway, that's going to do it all for me, so I do want to thank y'all for coming out and showing your support. It's been a pleasure, and I'll see y'all in the next stream. Take care, everybody.